down to the floor. You can also do this series on your bed. So you can always do that. And I want to take us through a process today that is to help us, just sort of work with where, what are we working with? What are we bringing forth? And what are we moving towards? And so during this time, starting with our legs, you were just going to say, well, sort of just ask yourself, what are you working with? Now, when I did this practice the first time, I chose something that I wanted to change in my neural pathways. So you got fear, you got the not enough thing going on. You got question about, what your next step is. What's your mission at this point in your life? Do you have one? Do you have a vision? Those kinds of things. So bring yourself down to the floor and just feel the body settle into the earth and find your breath. Going back to that meditation and seeing if you can keep that vision of the light within you that grew, and the light of a power animal or spirit guide that you have that grows. And I speak of them a lot, but I don't really know if any of you have them, but bring forth the one that is the most powerful for you in working with your, what are you working with, moving towards, and what are you looking to manifest? And do you have any of that? Or are you just being one day at a time? You don't have any need to be ahead of yourself because you are almost 90 years old. And in that stage, it's a whole different stage than if you're 40. So as you're grounding into the earth, if you have any places in your body that are feeling a little bit of a twinge, or you have an injury, or you're taking care of a part of your body, I'm in constructive rest, and you can see if that works for you. Remember that if you use the cushions, you may have yourself in Shavasana with your knees over a cushion to give your knees a little bit of a support, especially if they're doing something a little strange. So as you're grounding into the earth and finding the breath, breathe gratitude through your heart, and remember that bright light, the sun that's in your heart. We're actually working now with solar chakras instead of what they were represented. They were represented as vortexes in the before the shift of the ages, and now they're represented as suns, solar aspects of deity, solar chakras, the 12 solar chakras. And the one in your heart, the one at the heart, it's the female heart, and it's crystalline pink and white and green, those three colors that come together. And they represent the 3rd, 4th, and 5th solar chakras. And with it, we have the rising feminine. And really, you can think of it as Mother Earth, reclaiming Mother Earth, reclaiming the feminine, reclaiming the mother aspect. So that's what, the people I'm studying with to understand this transformation that we're making are talking about. And we all are beacons of light. And so your heart is shining this light. And your power animal, see if you can still have that animal. And if you don't know what a power animal is, then just an animal that you feel close to. We can just go there. Maybe you're a dog person or a cat person or a horse person, or, that eagles come to you all the time, or hawks, or egrets or swans or whatever. You may have a power animal that is really just part of your environment that just seems to be an animal that speaks to you. You may have many of them, but usually we have one primary, or we have different animals for different purposes. And see that animal as that sun as well. And then if there's anywhere in your body that actually needs special attention, take that light within yourself and send it there. And ask your animal that you can merge with. If you want to consider merging with this animal, imagine that you have this animal that like shrinks down and can go to that part of your body and send some energy there. Breathe gratitude through your heart for all that you're grateful for. And whenever, this time in our world, when I find out what's going on around the world, or even in our country, or I hear this or that about this or that, I am so grateful for my, my little humble life. And I know that I'm being called. Not everybody is called, but I'm being called. And so I'm called and I'm following that path. And the messages are clear. They're all around me. So just notice if there's any messages that you find right in this moment as you connect with the soul light, your heart shining bright as this light, your power animal or spirit guide with you as light. And what we're looking at is oneness, tolerance, reverence for all life, oneness, ascension, purity, hope, illuminated truth, and healing and divine grace. All of that is here with this one moment. Take another deep breath in and let it go with a sigh. So remember that sighing opens the throat. It stimulates the vagus nerve. It makes diazepam, a chemical that will calm the body. It awakens the parasympathetic nervous system. All that, So it's sighing is so good for us. Inhale. Open your mouth so the throat really feels it too. You're opening that throat and use that sound of It's the it's the heart. It's it's the heart to the crown. So heart to the third eye, and take a deep breath in and breathe gratitude through the heart and do a few ohms. So inhale. The power of the Om is incredible. You have to really study it to know the details of that. Right now, just experience it. Oh. And one more. And then bring your fingertips together and your thumbs to your heart and awaken all of the other chakras, all of the other suns, all of the other colors, multicolored 12 chakras. 12 chakras. Number 1 is sapphire blue, 2 sunshine yellow, 3 crystal pink, 4 white, 5 green, 6 ruby, 7 violet, 8 aquamarine, 9 magenta, 10 gold, 11 peach, and 12 opal. And so we bring those thumbs to the heart and awaken the first 7 that we already know, and bring the thumbs to the, then awaken by bringing the thumbs to the third eye. And when you do an Om, you open the heart with the Ah. You open the throat chakra with the O, so O, and the M, you go to the third eye and up to the crown. So one more Om while your fingertips are on, your thumbs are on your third eye and your fingertips are together. Take a breath. Imagination, inspiration, intuition, and integration, the 4 higher level sensory perceptions, within which are many more multi-dimensional sensory perceptions. Then tap the top of your head, and from the heart up to the crown, we bring that pink and yellow and green and all these colors up, and it makes this violet flame that goes out from the 3-fold flame in the heart. Open the arms above your head if it works for you. Bend your elbows if you need to. Your head can always be on cushions if you need that. And then the soul star chakra, right above your head is that soul star. And then the universe chakra is the next star chakra, the galactic chakra, and then the divine matrix chakra. And we're just learning this, and it's still unfolding. But we do know that there's a crossover between the 12 solar strands of DNA, the 12 aspects of deity, the circle of the sacred 12, and the 12 chakras. So there's this multi-dimensional language from all traditions, all spiritual traditions coming together in oneness. Then take a deep breath in, bring your hands to your heart, and it's an honor that you've taken out this time to do this practice, and that you're expanding your consciousness with every thought, word, deed, and action. And then lengthen out the legs and reach the arms above your head and stretch. Now, if that arm doesn't go above your head or it doesn't feel good, reach it out to the side, bring it down, or just rest it. Maybe one arm works and one arm doesn't. Maybe you have a prior injury in one arm and you have, the prior injury in another part of your body that will show itself in yoga. Breathe light in through your heart and out to that extremity or out to that place, and fill it with light with the help of your embodied light, and embody it with your favorite animal, your power animal. Now you can gather more than one animal all around you while you are here today if you want, and then relax, bend the elbows, bring the feet to the floor, drop the knees side to side. So right now, coming consciously into the body, as we didn't do this Monday or Wednesday. And it's really finding this consciousness around, how does my body embody the light? Can you imagine all the light coming out of every one of your cells? Yeah, and I'm hoping I'm preaching to the choir, but sometimes I go, oh yeah, maybe you're not there yet, but you can see, if you use that imagination, inspiration, intuition, and integration, and you see that we're not separate from anything else. We're working towards this true understanding and changing the neural pathways from the old paradigm to live in this new paradigm and be channels for the light, channels for this understanding of the 5th dimensional living. Then bring the knees to the side, one side, turn the head to the other. Now your arms can be down on your sides or anywhere. They might want to stay above your head. I have a very injured shoulder. I've been working with this injured shoulder for a long time. and I've re-injured it, and it now needs incredible repair. Yet I keep strengthening it and moving it, and I keep working with it to make sure that it will go in all of its directions, working with the ability to keep it moving. So just check in with your shoulders and your knees and your legs. Remember, gentle, moderate, vigorous. This practice, you can use a block between your knees or behind your back to hold you up. You can put the knees, feet, and thighs on top of each other. You can take the bottom leg and cross it over the top leg and let it pull. You know, you're kind of crossing your legs and then pulling down to the side. You know, what is it that your body will do? Use blocks to support you. Restorative yoga would say you use blocks between the knees or just leave the feet wide apart, and you're not trying very hard. Wherever your knees go, just let them be. So we're doing in this one class, you're offered everything from fitness yoga to restorative yoga. You have to choose all the details, what your body's asking for. Then bring the knees to the other side. And the same thing. Now, one side may be very different than the other, and that's part of the contemplation. One of the things is that our bodies aren't balanced on both sides generally. And generally, after we've been in the world for 70, 80, 90 years, even 40 years, we have something that's shown itself as a weak spot or an injury has happened. And so we're evaluating it. So gentle is feet apart. Moderate is feet, knees, and thighs on top of each other. Vigorous is take that bottom leg and cross it over the top leg. Your head always turns to the side. Your arms can be above your head or down by your sides. You'll see if you want more relaxation, the gentle process is down by your sides. Breathe into the stretch and you'll see that your breath will stretch you. Breathing, stretching, breathing, stretching. Breathe in through the heart and touch the crown of your head with gratitude. So you connect heart-brain coherence. Breathe gratitude through the heart. Fill the whole upper body with that gratitude. Then let that gratitude go out into extremities, up above into your whole light sphere, to the galactic divine chakra, down to the very base and down into the earth. You're not separate. We're changing the neural pathway. Then bring the feet flat on the floor and pull the knees in. Now, if your knees don't like to do this, you can have your feet on a chair. You know, you can have a feet up against a wall. You can pull behind the knees, in front of the knees, and you can use a strap. Pull in and just rock side to side for the moment and see what's the lower back doing. Understanding the sensations you might have in your lower back. This is like taking a tour of your body. And then roll the knees in a circle. And again, how does this feel? What's your sacrum like? What's the sacroiliac joint? What is it like? How does it feel? Then the other direction. And again, you can place a strap or your hands on the knees or the hands below the knees or underneath the knees. It's your journey in your body. But today you're embodied light. And that bodied light is shining brightly from your crystalline solar chakra heart that connects with your crystalline solar chakra crown and bringing gratitude to fill your body to every cell which is shining that light. Then bring the head up to the knees and the hands down to the feet and see if your hands will go that far. And if this isn't good for you, then don't, then find something different. You can catch your pants legs, you can have a strap, you can go down to the feet and see if that works for you. And hold here for a moment and let this represent the light that's being held that wants to express itself in your body. So we're not used to this. This is new paradigm. This is opening ourselves to, I'm going to walk through the world as a light being, a healer of light. I'm going to spread my light with every step I take. And then open up into five-pointed star. And then, as though you had 1,000 arms and they go all around your body and you are a sun, imagine that. So imagine those that you are shining the light out of, actually you're three-dimensional, so you're five-dimensional, so you're down into the earth, you're up to the top, the sky, you're out all the way around you, you're filling your house with light. And just imagine that your house is shining outside of your house because your light is so strong. Sending love to your neighbors, and just sending love to all those who are already in your heart, that are everywhere, all those who are suffering, sending the light out there. And you're going to be touching and connecting with all other light beings and all other beings on the planet, doing a mind-body practice at this moment. So this is always changing the brain, changing the structures, changing how your brain thinks. New paradigm, fifth dimensional living. Then bring the feet flat to the floor and hands behind the head, press into the lower back and lift the shoulders off the floor. Do a little bit of core strengthening to check with your core. So this is gentle. Exhale as you come up. Moderate, feet off the floor. Vigorous, lengthen the legs out. Lengthen them and lower them for even more vigorous. Blow it out. Believe it or not, learning to blow out like this is actually good for your sleep. It's good for your throat. It's a different kind of breath. Go at your own pace. And then hold. Don't hold your breath out. Take a breath in and out as you're holding the posture. And then pull it in. Take a deep breath in and out. Then knee to elbow so that we cross the brain. And for those of you being really gentle today, all it is lifting one knee and taking one arm and crossing the brain. This is energy medicine. You can do it standing, seated, in a chair, whatever. And you can do it down on the floor. Now, to make it a little bit more abdominal, it's a elbow up. Exhale on each side. Press into the lower back, squeeze at the pelvic floor, and you can lift the feet off the floor, and you can just bend the knees, or you can lengthen out one leg. Press into the lower back, squeeze at the pelvic floor. That's your core strength that you're working with, including the core in the rectus abdominis in the front of the body, and on the side. Laterals. At your own pace. And then hold one side. Take a breath. Hold one side, the other side. Take a breath. And then bring the knees in, pull them in. Open the knees wide. Roll the ankles. Point and flex the feet. Again, everything from your shoulder, down your arms, to your wrists, to your fingers, always evaluating. And how do you shine your light? Imagine that every shape you make shines the light in that shape. Where's the light coming out? Then feet up into the air, and you can catch behind the knees. You can catch up on the shins. You can catch your pants leg. You can bring the fingertips up to the toes. You can use a strap. Stretching inner thighs, bend the knees. And if you want to, you can rock back and forth here. Now you can do it just a little. I always tell you that I have a microphone on one side, so I can't do this, but I can go on one side. You can bring the feet all the way together, lift up, and go all the way to the other side. And you can keep doing that. That's a great little movement exercise. And those of you who are wanting to stop and be more still, just let go of the toes and shake everything out. Shake out, grounding into the earth on your spine. You're still working those abdominals a little bit. Squeeze at that pelvic floor and imagine that earth energy is coming up through the, maybe through the solar plexus, or maybe even the second or first chakra, and it's going out your fingers and toes, shooting out. And then reach up, straighten everything out, and pull the knees in. Take a deep breath in and out. We're going to just come up for a little while, and then we're going to come back down and do the leg stretch series. So we're going to come up, roll up, and we're going to get on our hands and knees so that we can just go from being down on our back for that long to this hands and knees position. So just moving the spine. So you can do up and down motions with the breath. Now, if this is too difficult for your shoulder, you can always come down on your elbows and do the same thing. Or you could sit in the chair and do that. And if a knee hurts, then make sure you use a blanket or something to cushion it, or a couch cushion, or, just take care of a knee. From here, hold one direction and take a breath. And just consider, go back to, what are you working with? What are you working with? And if you have a little pad of paper by you, just see if something comes up. When I first did this, I was working with enough. I am enough. The second time I did this, I was working with, I have no fear. And then change directions. Now that what I'm doing is I'm working with being light, so I've come that far. But when I started, I was with, fear, anxiety. What am I working with? Feeling good in my body. There were a million things I was working with when I started this. What am I working with? And then if you've gotten that answer and you have, you might write a few words, like 5 or 6 words, as you come into a roll. You might find those words in your head. Or you might have a little image that you draw, like it might be a squiggle, or it might be just a scribble, but it means something. Taking the words, what am I working with, and then putting it into a form. We're doing a spinal roll and change directions with that roll. So here you are going to be using your arm a little bit. So you can just do something different if the shoulder's not suiting you. And then pause. From here, we're going to do a balancing posture from here. This is called the knee down balance. You bring the right arm up and the left arm up. What am I bringing forth? Okay, first, what am I working with? What am I bringing forth? And then just see if anything comes. Write it down, draw a scribble, whatever. And the other side, left arm up, right leg up, point the toe. Hold there. Core strength is needed here, so squeeze at the pelvic floor. Breath. And then down. From here, we're going to come down on our elbows into Sphinx. And press into the elbows and notice what that back bend is. Take a moment. What am I bringing forth? Mine is I'm working with light, and I'm bringing forth walking the world with that light. So it has joy and self-love, compassion, wholeness, things like that for my bringing forth. And then bring yourself all the way down, tuck your toes into the cerebral spinal fluid balancer. Now you can always do this after the class. What are you working with? What are you bringing forth, and what are you moving towards? Those are the 3 questions. So cerebral spinal fluid balancer. And then before we come into the leg stretch series, roll over on your side and stretch your quad. So catch the ankle and stretch your quad. Your hand can be all the way down. Your head can be down. Your head can be there. And you can also be on your elbow. You just see which one is right for you. You can also be standing, holding onto a chair or holding onto the wall. So you're just moving with that movement of that top leg, and you're finding the stretch of your quad. This is before we gonna come onto our backs. Then onto the other side, you roll over on that side. Oops, microphone. And stretch. Again, arm can be all the way down. So your head can be on a cushion. Now see if one quad is tighter than the other. Usually it is. Breath. And breathe light into it and just offer it to be released. Then just come from here and just roll right over onto your back. Have a block ready if you want to have some, support. And then find your strap. And we're going to start with, I think we'll start with the left leg today. Left leg up. Now, activated, isolated stretching first. And like if you're having a shoulder today, then you don't have to hold very hard. Your shoulder doesn't have to do much work. Your elbows can just be on the floor, and you don't have to like really pull anything. So first, it's active isolated stretching, and you're asking your leg to remember what it is to be extended and how it might feel behind the knee. Now, if you find you have overextension, hyperextension, then you want to just go to the edge of that extension, kind of explore it, but don't go all the way. Just see what is there for you to know. And you might ask that question both physically, emotionally, spiritually, intellectually, and relationally, because the legs hold it all. So then hold for a moment after that active isolated stretching and flex the foot if you can. Now, not all of us can do that, and it might not feel so good to flex the foot. You can always lower the leg down some more and have a less, you don't have to bring it up. You don't want to look like me, you want to look like you. If your flexibility is pretty good there, the right foot can come out. And if your flexibility is really good, then that maybe that left foot, you'll bring it all the way over your head. That's when people can do splits. It's called thumb to toe pose, but most of us can't catch our thumb on our big toe. So that's why we use the strap. I like the other term. I like what they call this whole series is called legs to sides. It's a very first chakra understanding. It's working with the energy of the first chakra. And the first chakra in our new understanding of chakras is divine will, power, and protection. So working with the divine aspects of this first chakra, it's the will. It's also the protection. It's also the feet into the earth. It's also the base in the center, of the earth. Then take the strap into the left hand, or use both hands. lengthen out the right leg because it'll keep you balanced on that side. And this is where you might want to use a block. You put the block at an angle, maybe, and you lower that leg down. You might also have a chair or a couch or anything that's going to hold that leg up. Or you take the block on the edge and you still put it at a little angle and it holds you up higher. And if you don't need that, if your flexibility is there, then you use your elbow, place that elbow into the floor and let the strap and use that bicep to hold the leg there. I've come to like the modification here of just using the block a little bit, and I can hold there longer and I can work with it a little bit more. Again, 2 hands, 1 hand, or no hands. If you're using a block, you may just open. You could even just have your leg on the floor and just don't use the strap at all, just open to the side. You want to see, you know, what's to your highest good for today. And then breathe into this posture. Looking at our time, we're just going to flip to the other side. Again, the block between the legs now, as you cross over it, and this is the, you know, this is the restorative way. You can also, what you don't want is to roll over. It's not really a spinal twist. We'll do that. We've done that. We'll do it again. But this is, you know, bringing that leg over. Some people can go pretty far. You'll feel it maybe down the side of your leg, maybe iliotibial band, but you might also feel sciatic nerve type of things. And if you're prone to sciatic nerve, you might want to just notice, how do you feel all the way down your side of your leg to your foot? Is the foot in alignment with the ankle, or is it twisted one way or another? So notice that foot as well. Take a breath or two. And then bring that leg up, bring the right foot on the floor and go right to piriformis stretch, which, you know, you can use the blocks. You can unblock, you can use 2 blocks. You can put your foot on the edge of a chair or on a wall, or you can thread the needle. You know, this is thread the needle, lacing the fingers behind your knee or on top of your knee. Now, you might feel, again, on that left side, you know, you might feel that stretch right into that piriformis, and it might feel a little sore. And so just recognizing that you have, you know, you have that sensation. Your arms pull forward, the right knee to ankle is kind of floppy, or else it's on a block or a wall. Usually feels good on my arms to do this. You can also use a strap behind your leg. Now, I've always said that if you want to join me in a little bit more fitness yoga, you can stay here for a restorative yoga, or you can catch the ankle of the left foot and the left hand on the left knee, and lift your head up, raise your leg up, and then use your abdominal strength. You're still stretching that hip by pulling that left foot towards you. And you're also doing a little bit of quad strengthening and core strengthening. Inhale up, exhale down. Just do a few repetitions. It's not about repetitions. It's just about then being, and hold for a moment. And then let it go. Shake it out. Other side. So right side, right foot up into the strap. However you use that strap, if you have a loop on it, you have 1 loop and you can put your foot through it. Then active isolated stretching. Again, if your flexibility is there, you can lengthen out that left leg automatically. If it feels like your lower back is more supported with your foot, if you put your foot on the floor, then do that. And retraining the leg to extend. And again, watching hyperextension, watching how tight it is, knowing that that tightness, you're going to loosen it up before you hold it. And then hold, and then settle in for a moment. And let yourself experience what's going on behind the leg. Now, if it doesn't feel good at this level, or you can't straighten it, then lower it down. Here, I'll show you. Lower it down. You know, you can bring it up. You can have the leg straight, the left leg. You can put the foot on the floor. Flex the foot. What's going on in this leg? You know, the legs tell your story. You can ask the legs just about anything. You can ask any part of your body. I am my legs and I feel. I am my ankle and I feel. I am my toes and I feel. So that's another practice. So you can add that to this practice that I'm introducing today. What are you working with? What are you bringing forth? And this final piece is, what are you moving towards? And, you know, again, it could be a scribble. It could be just a sketch. It could be a line drawing. It could be a list of 4 words. I'll try to send this practice to you in my next email. Then lengthen out the left leg and take the strap either into one hand or into 2 hands. And you're going to lower down using the block or not to the right side. You can have your elbow on the floor, or you can just have your foot up against a chair or a couch, or on a cushion or something that would do this without even needing a strap. So you don't have to use your arm. And remember, we do yoga to be fully present in our body. We are embodying light. So send the light down to your legs. You know, let the light that's in your heart, that touches the brain and fills you with gratitude, and then awakening the soul star, which is, we are the soul embodied light, and we're working with that soul star chakra today. And with that, we embody all the way through our legs. Every cell is light. Then bring that leg up, cross it over, and then here you go. Like, you can put that block in between your legs, and that will support it a little bit. You can also have your leg on the edge of a couch or a chair. If you're in a living room and you have ability to have furniture, then if it's convenient, you can put it on a chair. Again, this one is going to kind of activate down the side of your leg, which is partly, it's the iliotibial band all the way down, the peroneus muscle down there. You've got these muscles that hardly ever get stretched, but do get a lot of force from the body. So you want to, see how that works for you. Taking a couple breaths, feeling the energy flow, imagining embodied light. What are you working with? What are you moving? Bringing forth? What are you bringing forth? Light and love, maybe. And what are you moving towards? Then bring that foot up and cross the ankle. And again, block can be under the foot, or 2 blocks, or you can have your foot on a wall. Walls work really well, and edges of the couch or the chairs, or you can do thread the needle. Ah. Yeah. And when I did this recently, this practice, what I'll just give you my example of what I'm doing, what I'm working towards. I'm moving towards collecting and organizing my wisdom to create a new work, a new kind of work for myself to bring into the world. And that's the work I'm doing with you, embodied light. It's been a long journey of coming to this point for those of us that have known the paradigm shift was upon us and had already begun, but we didn't really know how it was going to manifest. And now we're seeing how it's manifesting. So if you want to do a little bit of core strengthening, you can just stay in thread the needle, or lift your head up and point and flex. Use your abdominals, strengthen the quad a little bit, find your breath. Hold for a moment, pull in, stretch that outer quad or the iliotibial band a little bit, and then let it go. Taking that block or that cushion, or doing another posture for yourself. Actually, not the block. I want to close with the reclined goddess with the supportive reclined goddess, but you don't have to. All you need to do is lie back, put the soles of the feet together, and open up your knees. And if you use that cushion or rolled up blanket, it's right underneath your spine. You're sitting on the floor, so your sacrum, your pelvis is tilted forward or backward. No, forward. I don't know how to describe that. So it's tilted there, and it actually feels really good for my lower back to do this. It puts it in a slight back bend at that spot. It also opens my shoulders, and what it does here to the legs is it actually relaxes what we just did for the leg stretch series, especially for the piriformis muscle. This is one of the most relaxing things you can do. You can put your hands underneath your buttocks there and just feel how soft that is, because we're putting those muscles into neutral. So breathe and relax and feel what's going on. Open your throat and inhale, exhale with a sigh. Let that ah sound come out a little bit. It both is it's a seed, bij sound or seed sound of the heart. I know now that it also opens up the throat in a way that's also a good practice for training the throat to be more open if you have sleep apnea. So that's one of my researching right now is various breath patterns for sleep apnea. And this is one of them. You inhale and exhale with a sigh, with the sound of vibrates down into the chest. The solar chakra, that is the sun, that is the feminine heart. The colors again are, still need my cheat sheets because I'm just learning. Pink, white, and green. Divine love, reverence for all life, the oneness, the purity, hope, starting again, truth and healing, and the vision of light, the vision of being a light being the vision of all the different words for God, all the different attributes of God and all the different traditions, all the different ways of saying that word. And I have just come to really like the oneness and the light. The all that is. Relaxing here for another moment. Remember, we don't seem to end till 12:05, even if we start at 11. We will close in this posture, whatever posture you've chosen as an ending posture. And Shavasana is also a fine ending posture. You are embodied light. Bring back to your consciousness whatever animal that you feel close to. If you have one that you actually call a power animal that comes to you from a different realm, then bring that one forward, your main one. Or if you have many, see yourself surrounded by whomever are the support system in your consciousness from the places of illuminated truth, from the dimensions that we can't see because our brains are not programmed to walk through the world with those dimensions open, with that ability useful, with the old neural pathways shifted to see the unseen. So as we are seeing the unseen, to remember consciously that what we are not seeing is also as real as what we think we are seeing. So all the dream work that you might do, from sleeping dreams to awake dreams, to shamanic dreams, to any other kind of dream work you can do, has an element of the reality that we're not seeing coming together with the reality that our brains are already trained to see. Then bring the hands together at the heart. Namaste really means I honor you, but it's I honor me first. And it means always come back to yourself first and heal yourself first before you go to others. Know that you're taking care of yourself and doing what you need to do for your highest good. Peace, shalom, salam, pak, shanti, pache, mir, maluhia, frieden, hang sang. May we all have peace, and may what we do here go out onto the world and make more peace. Then preparing for your shift, one step at a time, on your own, or just stay where you are. And if you need to use this time to integrate what we've just done, then just integrate. And if you want to come back, ask any questions or share anything of the journey you had. I'm going to roll off the cushion and onto one side into fetal posture, taking me back to my infant self, taking care of that little infant as I come up, almost like a rebirthing every time I do this